Welcome back to my channel. The spooky season is finally here. Halloween or Samhain is just around the corner. And while we already talked about how Halloween has its origins in the Irish Samhain, I thought this year we could take a look at one of the traditions that is still alive here in Ireland around Halloween, the Barmbrack. So I would like to talk about what is Barmbrack, what is the tradition around it, and how can you make your own Barmbrack. So without further ado, let's go. To find the origins of the traditional eating of Barmbrack around Halloween time, we have to once again go back to the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain in Ireland. We already talked about how Samhain is basically the New Year's Eve of the Celtic calendar, the day when the veil between the worlds is at its thinnest, and how Samhain became Halloween. If you haven't seen my video about that, you find the link above or at the end of the video, and probably also in the video description. But back to the Barmbrack. Barmbrack is also known as Barmbrack, Barmbrack or Barmbrack, which is Irish and roughly translates to speckled loaf. I also have the term Ardenbrack, which would roughly translate to speckled bread. But I think this term is rather uncommon. It's basically a very sweet and decadent sort of bread, speckled with raisins and sultanas or other dried fruit. And it's still a very popular part of Irish Halloween celebrations. It's pretty similar to the Welsh Barmbrack, and it's best served with good Irish butter and a cup of strong Irish tea. It's a true delight. But apart from the sweet, rich taste, the most important thing about the Barmbrack around Halloween time is not just the indulgence, but the tradition connected to it. In the Irish Halloween tradition, the Barmbrack is used as a kind of oracle, like a game of fortune-telling. It traditionally contains various objects, which is why you should be cautious while eating it. And these objects are meant to tell what the future holds for the one finding one of those objects in their portion of the Barmbrack. The objects hidden in the Barmbrack traditionally are the following. A stick. The poor soul finding this would be in an unhappy marriage or in constant disputes in the following year. A piece of cloth. This would bring its finder bad luck for the coming year, or would even predict them to be poor in the future. A pea. The person finding the pea would not marry in the year to come. A ring. Right the opposite to the pea. Whoever had the ring in their piece would be wed within the year to come. A coin, or originally a silver sixpence. This would bring its finder good fortune, or even predict them to be rich in the future. A thimble, a symbol of spinsterhood for women, or a life as a bachelor for men. These are the items traditionally found in a Barmbrack, but you could also find a bean. Whoever finds the bean would have a future without money. Or how about a medallion? A religious medallion would predict a future as a priest or nun or any other religious function for the one finding it. But these two items are rarely used. I went around a little bit and, like every year, Barmbrack can be found in a flat round form commercially produced in basically every supermarket in Ireland around Halloween time. I'm not sure if every Barmbrack contains it, but at least some of the commercially produced Barmbracks still include a toy ring to honor the tradition. Not the other items though, since they could be a choking hazard. But since the best Barmbrack is still the homemade one, you can always make your own version with all the items in it yourself and celebrate the tradition at home. So let's take a look at how to make your own Barmbrack. There are probably as many recipes for Barmbrack as there are families in Ireland. I'll show you today how to make a so-called Irish tea brack. As the name already suggests, the secret ingredient giving the brack its flavor is good strong Irish tea. To make this Barmbrack, you need 300 to 400 grams of either raisins and sultanas, or in my case, since I'm not very fond of raisins, a mixture of all kinds of dry fruit. and also 300 to 350 milliliter of cooled down black tea, 130 grams of golden brown sugar, an egg, a pinch of mixed spices, 250 grams of self-raising flour, and maybe a bit of honey. And that's how it's made. Put the dry fruit into a big bowl. Brew your tea, let it get nice and strong, and once it's nicely cooled down to room temperature, pour it over the fruit. At this point, if you want, you can add 2 or 3 tablespoons of good Irish whiskey, but I think I go without it. And then all you have to do is wait. Let the mixture soak overnight, at least for 8 hours. Come back the next morning and start to preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 356 degrees Fahrenheit. Now take your bowl with the soaked mixture and add the flour, the sugar, the egg, after beating it up a little, and the mixed spices. Mix it all good together and put the whole mixture into an oven dish. And once the oven is nicely preheated, off it goes into the oven for at least an hour. And Chine, that's it. Your very first Barmbrack. It's good to eat right out of the oven. It's really good if it's still hot, given you manage not to burn your tongue. But it gets even better if you let it sit for another day. Once you decide to eat it, you can brush some honey on top of it. Cut it like a loaf of toast, spread a generous amount of butter on top of it, and make yourself a nice cup of tea. And enjoy the sweet Irish taste of Halloween. And that's it for today. Barmbrack, the Halloween oracle from Ireland. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite Halloween traditions are. If you liked the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe and ring the bell to be notified when new videos come out. See you next time. Icha Hona Honaiv. Happy Halloween.